Robbie. What it do, baby? How we feeling today? Welcome in. We got to do things a little bit unorthodox today, Rob. So give me a moment. Chelsea, welcome in. How you doing today? We got the best of times and the worst of times at the same damn time. While we at this screen, please go ahead and hit that like button. I believe everybody here is already subscribed. No need to talk about it. But if you are in the background, subscribe to the channel. Also, you see my Cash App. You see the mailbox sports3 at yahoo.com email. Feel free to hit either one of those as we get into understanding exactly what it is that we want to be today, because today we will not be Postman 1914. Today, we will be none other than the GM for the Chicago Bears. And I want everybody here to help me in being just that. Let's talk about it and let's have it going. A little bit disturbed as my computer is not dead, but on its last leg. And so what we will have to do today is run through StreamYard, do something a bit different for us. Pardon what we call plainness of the stream. But today, as I stated, we got the keys to Hallis Hall, people. The cap sheet is on my desk. The phones are ringing. Scouts are waiting. The combine has already started. And every move that I make today will impact the future of the Chicago Bears. This is not fantasy football, people. This is roster construction. This is culture building. And this is what we need to do to get championships. Before we get started today, I asked the question, if you were the GM, what's the first move you're making? Drop your first move in the chat right now. Drop your first move in the chat. Hope everybody having a wonderful Sunday as I get my life together and pull up our opportunity to be a GM. I will take an opportunity to not be on camera, as I don't know exactly the capacity of this particular computer. I've never used it, so I don't want to do too much. Bit nerve-wracking, to say the least. You say, let's hear it, Chelsea. Chelsea, what's your first move? Now you already know, and we can get into it just so that we know specifically. Let's go ahead and read it up. And I will, like I said, give me a moment just so that I can try to conserve as much energy as possible. We're going to drop that cam down. We are going to move on over to the simulator. As you can see here. Okay, so T Miles. Once we get the cap together, which I do believe that the cuts will be the first particular things that we might do to get us together, we will put a poll up we will have a vote. I know, Chelsea, but today you out here with the Chicago Bears. That's what today brings. Chicago Bear energy. Now, they have us at negative on the 19 million for the salary cap, and they have us as such because 10 million is set aside for the rookie class that you draft. So let's start with the foundation. Quarterback situation, check, no problem to look at. Offensive line, well, I do think that the large majority is done. We have to look into finding out exactly. Give me a moment, people. Manchester, Chili, how you doing, man? I'm trying to work with the functions that we have here. So what I'm going to have to do for us today, we are going to do a poll for each player or position move that we have to make. We're going to look at the cap here. We're going to look at the players, all the personnel. We're going to look at how the defensive identity wants to be formed along with the offensive line stabilities. We are going to check in to create some cap flexibility at this point. First question is simple. Are we building for this year, or do you guys want to build for years to come? Type win now or build right now. Build right in the chat. That's what I should say. Win now or build in the chat. Go ahead and put that in there if you want. It's important that we get a lot of interaction in the chat today because it is going to shape the moves that we make. All polls will help us to predetermine moves before we get into anything. T Miles, it's not a both answer. You building to dominate for the next 5 years is what your build does. Sustainable success. But I get what you're saying, but we got to be real pristine and pick a lane when we being a GM. We obviously want to capitalize on last year and try to put ourselves in the best situation to sustain last year's success, build on it, and continue that on moving forward so that at least for the next 5 years or so, like Chili intimated, we want to be able to look at this team and say that we built it not just for next year, but we built it so that every year we are a threat to win the championship. We got to figure out who getting extended, who getting traded, who going to be a cap casualty. You know, obviously in this particular situation, I think T Miles is going to have one of the easier what's the word I'm looking for? He will probably have one of the easier temperaments when it comes to getting rid of a player. No emotion. As a GM, you know Ryan Post has consistently loved the player. I'm not here to do any loving, but loving success right now. So we gotta start, I guess, here on the tough parts, people. We got players that we're gonna pull up here. Next to their names, we have cuts and restructures. So in the player pool, we go through some players. We got Montez, DJ, Jalen, Joe Tooney, Dayor Dangbo, Jonah Jackson, Tremaine Edmonds, Grady Jarrett, so on and so forth. If we can think of a player, go ahead and put a player in the chat. Who, because T Miles has already said Sweat and Edmonds. So who else agrees about or don't agree? Tell me who you want to get cut. Bottom line. Who we getting rid of? And while we're doing that, I'm going to start formulating the poll. And we just go at it that way. Trying to think of the last player that we should possibly put on the list. My apologies, everybody. The weather is vacillating back and forth. We got snow on the ground again, and I'm trying to figure it out. So we started the poll. Go ahead and let me know who should we cut. We out here making cuts now. Who should we cut? Let me know. And that's the point, Chili. We can't be emotional. We can't just cut people we hate. We got to go out there and make sensible cuts. Right? We can't build our roster through our feelings here. We got to go ahead and really look at it from a logical mind. Like you said, let's go ahead and look at that while we speak on it. So Dale, just so we know, and I want everybody to see it at the top. So this is the first caption. The first caption shows you the cap hit. If you cut DJ Moore, you have a cap hit of 28 million. Montez Sweat, you have a cap hit of 25 million. Jalen Johnson, cap hit of 24. Dayo Adangbo, cap hit of $20 million to cut him. Tremaine Edmonds, 17 million. Edwards, 10 million. Guys, we will never get anywhere with the things that you speak of. We're trying to be sensible here. Let's keep looking to see still. You're taking an $8 million cap hit on somebody who make $8 million. Briscoe's a free agent. Stevenson is a free agent, I believe. Dexter's a free agent. So we're gonna put let's see. We all agree on Tremaine Edmonds. So you will get five or six defensive starters. We're talking about your cap hits. Billings. Let's go down to Billings. We still got drafts. We still got everything else to do. Dexter's a free agent, and I'm not re-signing Dexter. We're gonna have a poll about that. I don't want Dexter back at all. He's not gonna take a reasonable deal. We'll find out how much money everybody want to take. Some of these other guys ain't even worth it. We We need $4 million. We got to get $4 million under the cap at least. TJ is 10. Do we? Let's see. Let's see what the poll says. At least for right now. So Edmonds 100%. I like this right here. When we got to be a unified front. So everybody say Edmonds. Okay. Dom Rob. Who is next? Cause we still got to get $4 million under. So we're gonna put. I have seen. Edwards. Swift. Who else should we try to cut? I see I gotta at least have I can't vote physically, but I can vote to be a tiebreaker for most of these things. Because we want to add another option here. And the turnover, Chili, I'm glad you said that because people seem to think that everything is instantaneous and it'll all happen in 1 year, just like they thought with the offensive line and the offense and everything else. It's constant turnover to get us in a perpetual state of being able to have cap flexibility for the people that will come up for restructures, and we'll talk about some restructures and some extensions right now. That's going to get us in the right as well. Let's see. We'll talk about those in a minute to see if we can get some extensions of some younger players. We can start thinking about that as well. I'm thinking about the last player that we should have on this list. We need at least 2 more people out here. And mind you, we're going to have to be vigilant when we talk about the cap hit in terms of getting people out of there. So let's once again check and go through here real quickly to see who has cap hits. TJ is at 10 million. Tremaine only has a $2 million cap hit. That's how we got so much cap space back. Danielle got a 20. So Swifty is at 8. Stevenson is at 4. A restructure does nothing to save us. We can have some cap savings of 3.6 with a guy like him. Dexter only give us 1.6 million in cap savings if we were to cut Javon. Amagaji only gives us $1 million in cap space. It's weird. I don't even see my buddy who I want to get rid of. Billings. I haven't seen Billings on it. Am I overlooking Billings? My apologies if I am. No, they don't even project him on there, so he must be a free agent ready to be cut already. I don't know why they don't have him listed, but he's not here. So, for the sake of cap savings, we're gonna look at some people that might get cut. Who can save us the most on the cap by getting rid of them? TJ won't save us anything. That's a negative. That's a negative $2 million cap savings. Means we'll be further under than over. Of these people that I'm looking at right now, it's kind of tough out here, guys. Ooh, what do we do, fellas? I'm trying to find one. And I want to know also resign and tag. Okay, so in the next situation, we can resign players. Over here, we're gonna try this right here. Let Tremaine be the only cap cut, and now we will do restructurings of deals. How about that? Do everybody agree that we should focus on a couple restructures over here as opposed to a couple cap instead of more cuts? We can get there as well with the restructures. So we got a couple guys that we can restructure, like a DJ, like a Montez, like a Tooney. I mean, you can pretty much restructure anybody you want. So let's go ahead and look at the players we value least. I'm gonna put 3 players up for us to go ahead and restructure first. Let's see how we feel about the restructuring. That's T Miles. You actually nailed it right there, my boy. That's exactly how I see it come together. So right now, I just put the poll out. Who should be restructured? While we figuring out who's gonna be restructured, hit that like button. The dude right here. Besides DJ, the other people that I put on duration, they're just like those guys because I believe all of their contracts end in the next year or two. So to be able to kick the can on some of their money is okay with me, and the fact that they might not be here past next year. So it still kind of works out to be able to ingest some of that money right there on the back end. So you go ahead and let me know. Ravi, you get in on that poll as well, Ravi. I'd appreciate it greatly. Who should we restructure? DJ, Montez, one of the beautiful, bodacious offensive linemen that I chose. Let's get that poll filled out. Got to find the tough decisions of cap strategy. Emotions and business always collide in this instance right here. You can love a player and let him walk. You could not really like a player, but understand the value that he brings and want to have to acquiesce to it. So what I will do, we gonna get else. So with that being said, catch right there. We are allowed to restructure more than one player. DJ was the first. So let's go ahead and restructure DJ Moore's contract. And the restructure got us to $12 million in cap space. So now we restructure one more player, I think. In the So there we go. We just select from our next Let's see where we at with the poll. Up the poll on them. Okay. There we go. In that poll right there. Sweaty gonna give us something right there. Sweaty gave us 9 million in restructure savings. So that puts us at 22. What we think? We head on over now, or do we restructure anybody else? Do we got one more restructure, or do we move on to the next phase of the bill? Juice drops. Unfortunately, it is, a little live over here. We're just trying to figure out the best way for us to be the best Ryan Poles we can be with limited supplies or access to the whole stream. But there go my cuz. Welcome in. Hit that like button. Wipe your feet as we take a general manager seat today. We're doing some interactive general manager work. Right now, we just restructured 2 people. I'm always gonna go with Clarissa, man. She ain't, besides, she ain't did nothing for me not to cheer for her in the ring. She a competitor. She do her 1-2. I think she ready. JJ. Okay, hold on. My vote on this poll over here, Chili. My vote is restructure. But trades and such will come in the next portion. I really don't think so because you're going to allow Nation to leave, I believe. You're going to have to draft another one, perhaps, if Zay Frazier is not, ready or what have you. I don't know that you, and I don't believe you getting. Hell, the Colts gave up too much for Sauce. How much would they get? Would they get a first round? They get a first round this year? What did they get for Sauce? You got me curious now. I want to know what they got. Sorry about the noise. Get the dogs some treats out. He my quiet co-host most times, so we got to put him down, prop him up when you're doing right. Get it. Go through all the possibilities. Yeah. In this instance right here, well, so I don't get my hope, because I think y'all just presented me with some tough works out. Paradise of all heights. Shout out to the Paradise, but whatever they choose. G Honda, we playing general manager, and we trying to figure out right now who we want to cut or restructure and all other types of things going on. We just had a conversation about JJ, aka Jalen Johnson, maybe first and maybe 2 seconds. Hey, you know what? We're gonna push the limits when it comes to attempting to do any of it. Right now, at the current moment, since we know Tooney will be here with the team, as opposed to restructuring Jalen, how about we restructure Joe? And that way, if we find a trade that, or if we're allowed to have a scenario where a trade makes sense for Jalen, we do it. I agree right there with you, Chili. So what do we think? We get more cap savings for one if we restructure Joe than Jalen. So that's what I'm thinking right now. That way, in case we have an opportunity for a trade that is palatable and makes sense for return on JJ, won't be opposed to the thought of it. And that way, I don't think we don't front load Jalen and give him money, and then he quite possibly has the leverage to be dealt. We still gonna be on the hook for, I believe, some of that dead money per se, if I got that right. So we'll go ahead, if nobody disagrees, we'll extend Joe Tooney or restructure Joe. Protector of the year, he might deserve a little bit of a raise up front. What we say? That's executive decision right there. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this for Joe. Protector of the year gonna get a little bump and raise. So right there, we got $29 million in cap space that's remaining right now. That work out for us. $10 million is reserved for draft picks. $310 million is the salary cap. The active cap hit 266. Dead money only 3.3. So we had total $29,814,728 to the T. Well, I mean, they did do a lot of massive front load to him last year, G Honda, because it's almost a sunk cost now. So the only way they can make it palatable for anybody else to want to trade for him is by front loading that contract in the restructure with a huge signing bonus. It lowers my cap hit, gives him some money up front, and it makes him more ingestible when we try to go ahead and get rid of him. And G Honda, we got the 25th pick to start. We got a first. We got a pick in every draft. We got 7 picks, one in every round this year. No conditionals. They will plead about that, I believe, in the owners' meetings. That's what they can make any type of contestant or appeal, I believe is the case. Yeah, well, you know about somebody else do. Um, but now that we get into those types of situations and we got this going on, let's move to the next board because it's important that we know everybody. We're gonna continue right now. Roster management. We restructured a couple of people. Everybody feeling good out here. They restructured Kyler Murray. They cut Jacoby Brissett elsewhere. They're just showing you everybody else cuts around the league. And we want to go through a little bit of that. So we're going to scroll through and see if there's anybody that stands out to us that got cut. They did get, I got some linebackers out here just getting new homes. Tasheem Johnson. It was a draft pick by the Bears, or undrafted free agent, I should say. Lamar got a restructure out there. Roquan. Okay, so they got some good stuff going on there. Let's try to scroll past some of that. I really don't care about your roster management per se. I don't need to see none of these people. Why do they have me stuck on this page? It ain't gonna cost you but $2. I don't believe that costs you very much of anything. But I don't care to see the roster management summary. So that's everybody gone. I don't care about none of that. Resign and tag players. We can re-sign some people out here. Tag. Ooh. All right. Chili just popped the first question out right here. Okay, this is gonna be we start there. Yeah, that's where we start. First poll question: who do we re-sign? Kevin Byard, Kwani B. Brisker, or Nahshon Wright? Yeah, they re-signed Theo. Got 2 years for like $2 million, just like DeMarco Jackson. They went and got them a deal on DeMarco. Jordan McFadden is on this list. Dom Robb is on this list. Daniel Hardy is on this list. DeMarco Jackson is on this list. TJ Gardner Johnson, Kwani B. There's some boys on that list. Just gonna tell you that. We got Chili. For our fringe players, kind of innocuous when it comes to how it's gonna go. So we definitely gonna resign McFadden. And it appears we're gonna be resigning Kevin Byard. Yes, T Miles. There we go. That's the same because they already re-signed him in real life, so we're gonna do that as well. Good on you for bringing that up right there. So let's see what Mr. Byard is gonna cost us. So what do we want to pay? What do we want to pay him? 3 years. How much guaranteed? What's the percentage? And I'm 3,000% sure this is not stick to the model. So 2-year deal. I agree. We gonna make it a 2-year. What's the going rate? What we gonna offer him for money? It's gonna be this dollar amount. It's real important. And this is how I know this is a different site than the one I already had. And while we look into that, give me one moment. Ooh, you think that man taking? That what you think that man ain't gonna take? I'm pulling up another comparative model to find out exactly what they might have going on. So bear with me. We have already cut Tremaine. We have already restructured DJ Montez and Mr. Tooney. Check and check. Recapping our moves, hit that like button. Pardon my slowness as we barrel through this. It's a little different than using OBS for one. My apologies. I'm making noise in the background. Juice, how's your day going? What you got going on besides tuning in? When you gonna get a live? I'm remorseful of these things, people. It's like I'm almost doing too much. I need to look up the average cost for the average, you know what I mean? Duh. This time I want to know what type of little YouTube music I can be playing in the background. Give us a nice little mellow beat. Little GM music. Some elevator. I'm definitely going to try to figure that out. Right now, I can't filter any of that because I can't even figure out how to get to this new model and see if I want to use it. Don't let me be there. Come on, come on. Chicka bow wow wow. No more, man. You out of this is absolutely crazy. That allow you relations. Some of them on raping people. Fourth, Juice. So okay, salute to you for totally being able to understand that because sometimes I get into a mode of 12-hour days. It's almost impossible to uh, um uh, create videos because to me, what I will think I want to be a part of a Discord conversation. Always have, and if anybody would ever be interested in 5-6 minute talking about Cam Newton, inflation going on, opportunity to go ahead and verbalize my thought process about it, my 2 cents, as grandma used to say. So it's totally understood that I interpret some of the reasons in which the show 106 in Sports has been canceled. One of those reasons is because they didn't call me to be a part of it. Had they just, simply looked it up, got in touch with your boy, I think everything would have been swell. Instead, they went out there, they got Cam Newton. I mean, he okay. Host it with me or something. Who knows? Don't get me to making it up. Maybe he could have been as great as me. Maybe, he could have rode the coattails and kept it funky fresh on the side. You know what I'm saying? But I digress with that one. I'm looking at this. Might be one of the better models to try to replicate out here. So let me just take 1 or 2 more minutes to dig into that particular. And if not, we come back to being a GM in a place that doesn't want me to be a GM. Gee, honey, got $45 million in cap space already. $45 million for the Steelers. That's pretty impressive. That's all G Honda. They be trying trying me. Boy, you know how to make me mad. And as I will intimate to people, I'm going to hope this works. And it's time to do some computer shopping. I'm so sad. I really want to not go through these issues. Didn't want, but hey, when the end of this stream happens, it's time to go out there and get to it and look for the new opportunity for streaming pleasures. We're going to thank everybody for your patience as well. Hit that like button. Share the content. Mailboxsports3 at yahoo.com is the email. If we got any topics that we want to cover in the sports world. And And right in the front is the Cash App if anybody wants to donate to the improvement of the stream. Like I said, we are on computer upgrade. So always a good time to hit the Cash App. But our call speed's on its way, you know? And this is starting to stress me out. And once it does that too much, I'm going to pull a plug on it because I don't understand why you would be slowing me down so much. I'm just trying to ask a couple questions and be the best GM that I could be. Is this happening to us right now because Ian Cunningham's not around? Is that what y'all think? That's what I think. I'm lying. I don't even want to start playing them games right there because some people will take that, run with it, and go into a frenzy if anything goes wrong in the GM or anything goes differently than they want it to happen. That's what I say. I won't say you go wrong because I wouldn't think it to go wrong, but we're gonna find out. And they're making me push my limits on my time limit. That's what it is. They frustrating me right now. And if not, we're just gonna come up with our own total. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull up something like that on my handy dandy phone because we got a draft to come. We'll do it this way, baby. Okay, so top elite safeties, and even though he is, they say 18 to 21 million for uh, all pro. Guy, he older, so 12 to $16 million range. They say role or situational safeties might average $5 to $10 million. That means they would suggest something in the range of $32 million for his contract. 12.5 to 15 million per year. What do we think that might put us in? Because if this don't work, we're gonna go straight. We're gonna go with that model right there and see how that works. Because the show must go on. I think it should be a real simple process. This, when I open Windows up, NFL's Ultimate Draft Simulator, it is it's the Ratchetane version. So just don't pull up right now over there. We won't waste any more time on this because time is of the essence as we will conclude streets as a GM because GMs don't have this much time and they did a lot of scouting. They got actually a bigger staff than us. So it's unresponsive right now. We ain't going to waste time. So we're going to say a $30 million contract, 35% of it guaranteed. We're going to have to make this a 3 year. It's going to be a void year. Ticket sales. That's a president issue. So that won't work. Money per year. Duh. We're gonna try to get 12 million per year. Okay, so accept it. McFadden. We're gonna try to get 1 million. Let's see. Oh, he rejected it. What that mean? Yeah. There we go. Last guy we said we wanted to Marco Jackson. Let's get. When I don't know. I don't think we agreed to resign Nashawn. Right, chat? We did 3 resignings already. Are we attempting to resign Brisker? Let me see. Let's see if we can get Brisker. Let's see if we can get Brisker. No, we not worried about commit. We done with restructures. No pay cuts. We about to get into the scene that we can make some trades so we can make a draft. So there go the poll. Do we re-sign Jaquani B. Brisker? Are we re-signing Quani B? Let me know what you got in the chat for that. Let me know if we're resigning. Not at all. We will absolutely not in this trade scenarios and GM draft here. We won't be trading for anybody. We won't be trading for anyone. We only send we exporters of all goods and services over here. We not the purveyor of giving away draft picks. We're gonna get that back how we need it. Excuse me while we talk about it. Should we resign Quantity B? Let me know, people. We make a valuable decision for the boys right now. We want to make sure they get it all the way locked in. We want to make sure everybody hit the subscribe button on their way in. They went to go get a friend, and they're making votes on the polls so that we can make the best choices. I'm posing this game right here, I think. And in any given time that I feel we have any delays in the participation of said uh, viewers, chat, I will indeed have to, for the interest of time and expedition, go ahead and make some what we classify as executive decisions. And in the case of Jaquan Brisker, that we're going to try to throw out there with this team number, we're gonna see if it works. So we're gonna be a little fair, even though we lowballing him. We're gonna give him. We're gonna try to give him 9.45 million. Please, Quantity, accept this deal. You get one more. You get one more offer, my boy. There we go. We definitely won't be pursuing that guy. So we look through all the players here. We continue on. Onward and upward as we move to the next phase. And in this instance right here, we're still trying to keep Chicago Bear fans out of all season days. Go ahead and hit that like button. We got Quantity for under solid starter money. I think that in itself that's good right there. We got some restructures out here. Kenneth Gainwell stayed there with the Bombs. I mean with the Steelers. Sign free agents. Who we want to try to see in free agency, everybody? I think offensive tackle. I think edge. And we'll try to address all our needs out here. D tackle, linebacker. We did cut a linebacker, so let's first see if we can find somebody to replace Tremaine. Tremaine's the outside linebacker. We don't want Amen Agbangbamiga back. Nope. CJ Mosley. Let's go ahead and address the edge first. Sorry, I don't want to do it. They got Trey Hendrickson out here, obviously. I don't want Azeez Ojulari. They got Bradley Chubb. Do you think we should make an offer on a Chubb? I believe is his name, or Owe Adafi, or something to that degree. Don't make me start lying on the Chargers edge. Derek Barnett is out there. Dom Rob is still out there. You won't come back. Sorry. I should have re-signed you. I forgot, man. We might come back to you. Efi Odaba, Emmanuel Agba, no. We trying to go. Oh, we got a mercenary and clown. Nope. We combing through this, guys, because anything they going by your name. Stu Dog, how you feeling, man? We over here playing GM right now. I'm trying to figure out what free agent off-season defensive end we should sign to go along with the draft picks. I'm going between Odafe Owe, Trey Hendrickson, and let's see if we can find one more guy. But those are the two guys I'm leaning into right now. Stu, what say you, Odafe Owe or Trey Hendrickson? And remember, we got to offer Trey some money and Odafe. We got to pay him real money. We're going to decide what we try to pay them. Why do I not see Trey Hent? Oh, so in this weird game here, they already re-signed Trey Hendrickson. So we're looking at Odafe Owe. Owe Odafe. My apologies to you, Owe. Owe. Hit that like button, Stu, while you just coming through. Odafe Owe got drafted by the Ravens. He was a rotational guy for them. Had no sacks in the first half of the season. Did go ahead and take his talents to the Chargers and commits to have 7.5 sacks with Jim and Barry Minter. So I do realize that he has a little bit of talent. And at this point, we're gonna offer him a what I classify as a 3-year deal. We're gonna offer him. Let's see if we can get an $8 million deal or $750 in this world. Let's see if we can get 7.5 for Owe Adafi. 20% of that guaranteed. We're gonna try to give him 3 years, $7.5 million. Can't do that. Let's see. Is there any way to backtrack? No, because I didn't pay attention to the salary cap when we re-signed some people, and they won't let me go back and adjust things. Ain't no going back in this game right here, T Miles. I'm telling y'all, can't just go out here and play fantasy. Now we at the real. Because at this point, we might not be signing. We might not be signing nobody. We might be going straight to the draft. T Miles, for real, bro. Hey, we might be going right to the draft. He gonna say no. He gonna say no like a motherfucker. Oh, he said yes. He said yes. Now let's see if that played us. I don't know how hard it's gonna be to navigate the rest of this. But let's go. PJ Mustafa got him a cheap deal. I'm looking at all these DTs out here. A lot of defensive tackles when they got them some cheap deals. Yeah, we on to the draft, baby. And rest assured, in my draft world, we make some trades, man. We structure people. They didn't let us trade impromptu, like a speed round. Later on today, using a different site. I'm in for Oregon here, safety. This is my roster right now. I want to go to the Pro Football Network mock drafts Simulator. I think we try to draft defensive players on all. Maybe in the first 3 rounds, contingent upon how we. They will give us some trade offers at some point. Be ready to discuss as a team if we want to trade back with somebody or how. We do get to make some counters, I believe. So that's going to be the fun part for us. Right now, Caden Proctor just went in the draft. Denver right now, people. Denver is offering us their 30th pick in the first round this year and 2027 second round. We can counter that if we want to. Let me know what we want to do. We can reject, we can accept, or we can counter. What do we want to do? If I counter, I want a third and a third to make up for Ryan not getting his picks, or I look at maybe not their first this year, but we trade back into the second round and see if we can get a 2 and 2. 2 and 1, I should say. I'll take a first round pick next year, or do we try to get all our picks this year? So let me know. Do we want to accept, make a counter, or reject this altogether and pick? You got Caden McDonald still available to you right now. You got Caleb Banks still available to you right now at the edge. Or defensive tackle, I should say. So that would be my main or primary question. Do we think if we trade back to 30, will McDonald or Banks be available for us? And if we trade back with the assumption that one of those guys will be available, what do we want to trade back for? Because I don't know that I want to trade back for this right here. I don't know if we want more picks this year, or do we want next year? Maybe one of them still available, Stu? Guys will be there at 30. Then we all like picks in this draft. You will have other teams offer you draft opportunities after this particular round. So you will have more offers come to you in other rounds if you want to acquire other. T Miles, what do you say? You like to trade? I'm kind of leaning towards what Stu says, but I give it to the chat first to see. We want to take this trade right there and go with our next moves. I think we can have some success here. I think we still get what we want. You can take about 30 seconds. Think about it. And if nobody has any objection, we will take the trade like Stu has adjust it and see what happens. I don't think it's too irrational. I do know we'll get other draft pick offers as acquiring more draft picks this year, and we still might be able to, like I said, get something we want. So I'm gonna go along with Stu out here. We accept the trade. Let's see if it works to our advantage. Caleb is gone, and Caden is still there for us. They got a trade. They got a trade offer for us to go back we draft for us from Ohio State. It's Caden the guy at 30. I'm with it. Okay, Stu. That's what we really came here to do. So, without further ado, with the 30th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select defensive tackle Cade McDonald from the Ohio State University. What a bum, man. Oh, there you go, Mel Kiper that thing. Then he say day one starter that can make a difference early, in my opinion. High motor. Bop. Okay, so 57. Jacksonville's offering us the 81st pick, which is in the next round. So they have no pick this year. I'm gonna have to say no to. I don't know about this. This 81. I'm not moving to the third round for Jacksonville. That seems kind of extreme. Because I don't know exactly what else I would add. Like to move back from 57. What we prefer, I would counter with both of their third round picks if I gave up in the second. But I really think I want to take an edge right here. For example, let's look at the board. So we got Zion Young, the edge from Missouri. You got a safety, AJ Halsey. Now we did resign both of our safeties, so I'm not looking to add somebody high since we did resign both of ours. Because Dylan Tyneman is there. And to be honest, I wouldn't be in objection to Dylan being drafted only because we do know that Keith is on limited time, on borrowed time, and Dylan is a guy. AJ is projected to be the 36th pick in this particular draft, and he is still available to us at 57, I believe it is. Yeah. So to have a guy who was projected as a very early second round pick fall to us so late in the second round could be one of those guys. Or we could, like I said, look at the edge rushers that we have. And let's see, because we got Zion Young that should have been drafted according to the experts at 43. Next after him, we don't have another defensive tackle, defensive end until like late 80s. Now, Demetrius Crownover is a offensive tackle that is like a mountain of a man. He plays right tackle, but as we've seen with Ozzie, the transition may be able to be made for a guy that big. So he is a guy when we look at potential people that might be there if we traded back. And at that point, I really don't see another defensive tackle. I mean, defensive end until Gabe Jacques. Now, Gabe Jacques, I don't know if anybody watched Illinois football this year, but Gabe is projected to be uh, available at 81 in this particular draft here. So if let's take a second to think. If we wanted Gabe Jacques or a defensive end, and we can go ahead and potentially get Gabe Jacques in the third round to be our second player overall, and then in the third round, 7 picks later, we still have an opportunity to go get another guy. Would that be something that we'd be willing to propose to them? Because I don't want another next year pick. Right now, we are in the business of building up this year. So for me, I would be willing to see if they want to take the 57th pick and risk possibly seeing if I can get a Gabe Jacques at 81. Maybe a Jacob Rodriguez if I had to for my linebacker in the same vein. I'm trying to think of anybody else, any other situation right now, and make this trade. And it's a very real opportunity that the next impact defensive end that I would think we could have an opportunity to get would be Malachi Lawrence from UCF. Maybe obviously a bit unknown to most people playing in Central Florida, but I think one of those high motor guys that can set the edge. And he would be a guy I would assume. And we could still do something very impactful at 81, whether that be a linebacker to replace the linebackers that we cut or offensive tackle. So right now, we'll try to get into it just to make it, try to get us a poll. Proposing 81 and 88 be given to us this year. Because I mean they're moving up to 51, 57, I mean. You should be okay with that. And at this point, I just believe that we're gonna do it in the interest of time. We're gonna do it just like I said. We're gonna take a risk right here, guys. We're gonna first propose that this happens and salute the 1,000 watts radio. I got to get tapped in and tuned in and see exactly what's going on over there with the sound god. Okay, so what we're gonna propose right here, Stu, 81, 88, and I want a 6 rounder this year. Let's see if we can get a 6 out there. All right, the trade has been accepted. Oh, Demetrius Crownover got drafted already. Zion just went. Offensive tackles flying off the board. Jacob Rodriguez, the first linebacker, gone. Dylan Tyman just left at 73. Come on, Steelers. Don't do me in. Christian Miller, the defensive tackle they took. Michael Trigg, Overton. And now we are here, boys. Seattle want to try to make us a trade, but I'm not going for it. We're going to reject this, and we taking Gabe Jacas. Wait a minute. Wait. We got 2 trade offers. Let's look at both of them. What's the next one? Oh my God, what just happened? What just happened? What just happened? What just happened? Don't do me like that, please. Don't tell me I just did that. Oh my God. My did I just crush what we was doing, man? Revisionist history is gonna suck. This might not go the way. Oh my God, Stu. Stu, how did I do us like that, man? And at this point, we skipping straight to the mock draft. We skipping right to the mock draft. God, I can't believe I did that. I wanted to see the whole entire team and where we put it together, Stu. It was perfect. I think we was really moving. We was doing something. And I completely doing live stream botched it. I did a Ryan Pace right there. Man, we was about to pick Gabe Jacas, and we was moving, bro. We had the draft oil in our hands over there. That's not gonna come. They don't even come up the same way. And I should have made them going fast. San Francisco want to offer us day 27 and a second next year. We're going to accept that. Now I'm looking at this again, Stu, because I don't know if I want to give up a fourth this year. I don't know that I want to give up a fourth, so we might have to decline. I don't know that we're gonna have Caden left after this one right here. So let's see if we can restructure something. Hold on. So what I'm doing right now is I dropped it down to a 6 for them, and I dropped us down to a 3rd next year since we are only dropping back 2 spots right now. It's likely to be accepted, but we don't know. Let's find out. They accepted it. KC still trying to come up to 27. Won't happen. Cash, quiet. We got two trade offers. Let's see what they are. I don't care about. I'm not moving to 40. We won't get what we want. Nope. So we gonna hide both of those right there. Now, do we want Caleb Banks or do we want Caden McDonald? The higher rated prospect, but do us a good job to get him this time. I'm getting orange and blue. We gonna make it fluid still. Caleb Banks is the choice. You got to be kidding. So this time, let me stop the student and draft. This days right here, Stu. Once again, I'm a bum of a GM. GM from last year. It wasn't for a whole damn whoa. I ain't having. And when you go in fast food, it start just everybody here want to draft. Having a hell of a day right now. Simply trying to do a draft and end the damn stream the right way, and it's fighting me still. Or maybe I'm fighting me. We'll go that way. I'm fighting. I'm altering the draft life. I'm fighting against success. What is going on now? So as I started still certain websites going to be involved in every. So I'm believing, and I could that particular model. I have to realize that we draft on another site that we have been perusing. I believe it might offer us so big. I'm cutting out bad. What about now? We're gonna try a new site real fast because I do want to do this together. All right, we back. We back. Bears German Tech one more time. I couldn't possibly end it worse. Trying to see how I can simulate through a few things. Man, so obviously we getting snow just like you, Stu. I got to work in that tomorrow, man. I wasn't ready for it. This my technical difficulty stream. Skip heading to the news. I didn't think it was going to happen at all, to be honest, man. But such is life. I got here. I think it'll be high enough, but I still don't have my regular pants out snow. So now I will be, on snow pants again. Luckily, it's not high enough to impede my progress on anybody's porch or anything like that, streetwise. Because we all know people don't shovel their snow. I mean, I will be complimentary to the Postal Service. Some of the equipment or gear that they allow us to buy is kind of top notch out there. Gloves, snow pants, windbreakers, all them types of things. They work out pretty damn good. That's decent. That's a rarity. Damn, I need some of those. I definitely need some of those. Man, and let me tell you, I cannot wait until I get my new equipment. Yeah, so it's my hands and my feet typically out in the streets, and I need both of those to be. If your hands or your feet cold when you work outside, you're not working. absolutely miserable. I never thought about that, to be honest, man. Only because, like, I got to find out how they work and how many, are available and so on and so forth. This is absolutely nuts, and it may unfortunately make me do another you say people park on the street and don't move like that. Oh, you switch over so you can clear each side. Supposed to get told. You can't adhere to the rules. Get told in the snow. That's almost like I got customers that will put notes up like bring the packages to the side of the house in the third. Ma'am, your mailbox in the front of the house. And nobody wants your car to get towed, but sometimes they gotta happen because you're being irrational. And we got things to do out here to have order. We need some order and some structure. If it don't happen that way, you want problems. Hell no. I got actual mail. They don't care about it. They care about packages. We're gonna do this one more time right here, and then I'm gonna see something else. Yes, and then but they want things, bro. They want things to happen, but yet they don't make it feasible for you to do so. God forbid you leave something, as close as you can get it. And like, oh, you're wrong. Nope. So we're gonna see if this allows us to do what I want to do. My frat brothers delivered pizza when we was in undergrad. Yeah, about that time. The things that can go wrong are going absolutely wrong. It might it might pop for us out here. I'm a positive guy. So let's see. Is it gonna work? for us. At least we're gonna be able to see together before I press the button and blow it up. Add you to the stage. And now I gotta be smarter than the fifth grader, everybody. Maybe, just maybe, I'm smarter than a fifth grader. I doubt it in fifth grade things, but hey, let's try it out. Get me together, get me together. T Miles, the days of hanging out and doing things together to get it done. Now, Stu, let me know. Can you see that screen right there for this one? Let me know. Can you see the screen for this new draft? Okay. Well, let's start it out and let's see. I hope this work. If it don't, then you already know. Let's get into it. Caleb is off the board. Caden McDonald is off the board. Now we got TJ Parker as the edge. Got a trade. Let's see what the trade is. Houston want to offer us 28. Draft a player. All right. Here we go with the crazy-ish. Why does it not allow me to do? I swear for the Lord, it's the last time, Stu. I know I didn't pick no 1-round draft again. If it don't do a 7 this time, I'm done. And there we go. Brothers, everybody else, I have reached my wits' end. At the end of the day, being a GM is way, way more difficult than I imagined. But I think overall we did have something built that will be sustainable. In the upcoming week, we will continue to go over drills such as these so that I can continue to improve the quality of which sites I use, the fluidity, and the system will be upgraded as I speak of. It's time to go ahead and shop for a computer. I appreciate everybody for hanging out with me, bearing with me, and trying to get things done today. I will retire this opportunity and exercise for the rest of the day. I appreciate everybody being a GM with me as well for the rest of it. And until next time, and until next delivery, we're going to have a very abrupt ending to our show. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me today. Thank you for hanging out. Mailbox Sports. We'll do this again sometime soon.